I'm Bob from I Like to Make Stuff. You may know me from my YouTube channel where I make all sorts of stuff. This is Sailor Versus, a series where other creators and I test our skills to see if we have what it takes to be in the Navy. Today we're going head-to-head in a building competition against a team of Seabees. Let's see what the challenge is. Hey SW2 Priester, it's good to see you. First, can you tell me what a Seabee does?
Hey Bob, nice to see you too. Essentially what a Seabee does is we do expeditionary construction. So we'll go out to different countries and we'll build their schools, hospitals, and refurbish some of their homes.
That sounds cool. So I heard you had a challenge for me. Can you fill me in there?
Yeah, Bob, both yourself and my team of Seabees received these mystery crates. So here's the mission. There has been an earthquake in the Seychelles Islands. We have to provide emergency shelter for the victims. Inside the crate, there are materials that we have to use for the construction of our shelters. We can get creative in our build, but every material must be used in some sort of way. We can also build using additional material from our workshops. The shelter must be able to fit 2 people and protect them from the elements. We'll each have 1 day to complete our shelters. Bob, do you accept the mission?
Count me in.
All right, let's do it.
I've got everything out of the crate, and honestly, it's a really strange mixture of stuff to try to figure out how to use.
There's some metal sheets in here.
Whoa, I got a bucket full of goodies.
Shower curtain.
It's a burlap sack?
Shower curtain? Yeah.
There's nothing in there that's structural. There's nothing in there that's really good for a shelter. So I'm definitely gonna have to use the crate. I'm gonna go ahead and break this down, and then I can measure out the pieces, figure out what I've got to work with.
EA1, you got the floors. Sutherland, the tallest guy here, you got the ceiling. And Connolly could be the cut woman, and you can make all the cuts. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
I do have an idea, and the idea is based around the size of the crate. I have 4 of those large panels and 2 of the small ones. So if I attach the 2 small ones together, I basically have 5 large panels. I can put those together into kind of a shed shape, having 3 for walls and then 2 together as a roof. That'll leave one side open, and we can cover that with the shower curtain. First step is to chop down some of these and build a frame.
It's just a little under 8 feet, which our original design was going for 8 feet. So the only thing that changes really is we just have to be mindful of everything that's going inside. If we do a bed, it would really shorten down the bed. So if we do a hammock, it's hanging up off of the ground. That gives us more room to work around with such a smaller space.
Okay, I've actually changed the plan. I got these things up here and realized that I was actually making it more complicated than I need to, so I'm gonna flip them. So I'm gonna get this swapped around, and then I think it should be good. And this will be able to go like that. I think.
Time, let's see here. We're looking pretty good. So it'll be these cuts. We just gotta cut a foot off of the top sections of 2 other pieces of plywood, so we can probably get all that done before lunch. Perfect.
I think I've got a plan for most of this stuff. I'm gonna use this to run across the front of the shelter, and this will kind of be like a line, and from that line, we'll put these hooks, and then those hooks will attach to the shower curtain. That way we'll have a curtain over the front of the entrance. We're gonna use this as a bed on the inside. That'll be easy enough, so we're gonna blow that up at the very end.
We're gonna use a shower curtain as a curtain for the window there. We're gonna use the mop as like the curtain rod. Gonna try to fashion some hammocks out of the burlap.
We're gonna use this for a combination seat and toilet, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what kind of concept he comes up with, because I was thinking of taking into somebody's height in consideration if they're gonna have to walk in here, especially someone like Sutherland.
Knowing the Seabees and the fact that they have a welder in their group, they're probably gonna come up with a really clever, really useful thing to do with the sheet metal. I don't really have a good idea how to add that to the shelter. So I think maybe we'll make something with the metal that you would use if you were stuck on the beach in this particular situation. So I'm thinking maybe turn that sheet metal into some sort of a little grill or wok or pan or something like that that you could cook something on or in. I'm gonna give it a shot.
What I'm gonna do here is actually I'm gonna fabricate the gutter system for our shelter. Of course, you have to bend it by hand. That's probably gonna take a little while. Usually you'll put this in a, like a small, like a break or something like that. You know, it'd be way easier to bend, but we don't really have that right now, so you just gotta kind of do what you gotta do.
All right, it's not pretty, it's not really good welding, but I did make something with the metal that I was given to make something with. So now I've got a little pan, could drop in a fire pit and maybe cook some fish or something else on the inside of it. All right, back to the shelter.
What are you doing? That side doesn't. That side. Or push that side up. There you go.
Oh, it's an adventure every single day. Oh, it's fun. It's the best rate in the Navy.
Or we could put one on this thing, so then you could. Oh,
Yeah,
look
that'd
at
be better,
us.
Killed my bit. Trying to go through a screw. Dang it.
All right, guys, we only got an hour left. Let's go. Kick it to high gear. You guys doing a good job. Hey, I like the enthusiasm, EA1.
There's a battery on the charger inside.
Rally time! Rally time!
We're definitely at crunch time right now, crunch mode. Yeah, but I think we're just still doing good.
CBs can do.
Here we go.
Oh no. Oh no.
All right, guys, only 5 minutes left. Let's go.
Hey, you got the nail!
SW2 Priester, how you doing?
Hey, Bob, I'm pretty tired. Yourself?
I'm a little tired as well. I was kind of surprised at what was in the box and how little stuff there was to actually build with, but so many things that you had to kind of figure out what to do with. How did that go for you guys?
It was pretty tough for us, too. Luckily, there was 4 of us to put all of our heads together and think of something great.
It was pretty challenging to try to use all that stuff, but I think I came up with something that takes advantage of all of it. So let me go show you what I ended up with. All right, so I basically took apart the crate and used the crate for all the walls, but I didn't have enough for the front. So I used the shower curtain, some rope, and the hangers to make a front for the shelter. And then when you go inside, I made a bed out of the pool float, used the bucket for a stool and or a toilet. So I made a little pan, and then that sits on top of the slinky. So you start a fire in the middle of the slinky, set the pan on it, and then you can cook some food right on top of it.
Smart.
In the back of this thing, I put in a window made out of the plastic and used the zip ties and the burlap to make a little shade. And then so that there's some airflow, actually made the back of this hinge. And so these 2 panels will hinge independently, and I cut down the mop and use that handle as the prop. So I think it worked out. You know, if I was stuck and I needed a shelter, it would totally do that job. It was really kind of weird using all of those individual things, but I cannot wait to see what you guys came up with.
Yeah, Bob, I'm very excited to show you what myself and the other CBs did. So let's go check it out. Yeah, so for the mild steel, I actually fabricated it into a gutter system that catch all the rainwater. The way that we have our roof is slanting, so if it rains, all the water will come down straight into our little bucket. The bucket that you can use for going to the bathroom. For us, we're gonna use it to catch the water. And we can just take a quick shower. And you see back here, we have our loofah that's handy and ready to go. Trust me, it works. The burlap sacks, we use them for hammocks. The ship line actually is a little stronger, so we'll be able to hold up the hammock as you lay in it. For the slinky, we actually use it for a closet hanger. Your towel there, you can put your loofah right there. Right here, we use the plexiglass as a sliding window, so you can either close it or you can have it open to catch a nice breeze. For the pool toy, we cut the handles off and we actually use one handle for the door and one handle for the plexiglass sliding window.
So what was the hardest part of this? Like, what was the thing that you had the most trouble trying to figure out?
Surprisingly, actually hanging the door onto our structure was the hardest part because we had very thin plywood to hang with, so it was just very flimsy. That gave us a little challenge.
What was your favorite part of your shelter?
My favorite part of my shelter, well, besides the steelworking part, obviously, but I think my favorite part is the 2 hammocks. You know, they're pretty comfortable and they're pretty sturdy. What do you think is the favorite part of your shelter?
I think the back part of the roof that can open and close to get airflow through, I think that worked out pretty well. How was it working with your team, and how did you break out the work between the different people?
Well, I love, working with my team. You know, it's just something we do every day. It's kind of like second nature to us. It was pretty easy. Once we got in there, we kind of all determined what our role was, and we all had our own specific job, and we were able to just attack it. In the Navy, you know, we all work together. No matter where we are, we always get the job done, no matter what materials are. As you see, you know, we just built with this mystery crate. You know, that's kind of like just a model of Seabees, can do.
Well, this has been a super cool experience. It's been a lot of fun, and it's been great to watch you and your team work together. So thank you for including me in this, and thanks for all the inspiration.
Hey, no problem, Bob. I look forward to hopefully building with you again.
Huge thanks to the Navy for this opportunity. It was awesome. Make sure you vote for whose build you like the best using the poll and the comments down below. Also, hit the link down in the description to learn more about all the careers that the Navy has to offer, and don't forget to watch all of Sailor Versus. Thanks.